Well, hello there.
Hello.
So I've seen a few things lately, and my dumbass just found some of the channel analytic features and the stupid YouTube stuff I don't care about. But I noticed that there's some younger viewers, so there's gonna be some people out there that see this video and say, no shit, Sherlock.
Bitch, are you dumb?
Pardon me?
Are you dumb?
I think she's
I
dumb.
think she's dumb.
I think she's dumb.
I think
Are
you're
you, like, medically speaking, are you like,
Like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, are you dumb?
I think she's dumb.
Especially since the gross majority of the people that watch this are either my age group or older, but there's a good 25% that aren't. This is also driven by a few encounters I've had at the range recently when people will say like, oh, this is my primary fighting rifle. And my response is always, cool, where's this on there? And they're like, well, I don't need it, or something like that. I'm just gonna share my minimum criteria. I'm not here to drag anybody, but just some thoughtful recommendations as far as what you need on a rifle before it's a quote-unquote fighting rifle.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
Which can be boiled down to sights, lights, and slings. Again, no shit, Sherlock, right? But you'd be surprised how many people I've seen at the range do silly things. And I know I'm not the only one seeing these things. People just shake their head. So in a way that's not embarrassing people in public, let's just walk through some basic things. Now, sights. You definitely want some sights so you can see what you're shooting at.
What? Oh my god! Who told you?
This was the funniest thing that I experienced at the range. Somebody had a completely slick top AR-15 and said, I just want to see if this thing shoots, which then was followed by about 60 to 80 rounds of trying to use the flat top to hit steel at 100 yards. My buddies were with me, they saw it too. I was gonna film it, but I don't want to do that. It's a little shady. So definitely hilarious to see. Being able to aim your rifle is important, especially with a rifle where the potential of the round to travel much further is very important.
Explosion.
Pulling Our Tactical did a video about pistols, how the combination of muscle memory and lining up the slide might facilitate getting hits on target at close range. And there's some training out there for people that have dots. When the dot's out, you use the housing of the optic to shoot, and you don't have to use irons, allegedly. I'll never know that. But can it be done? Sure. But on a rifle, big yikes. And needless to say, he didn't hit the target once. He kept hitting the berm and shooting over the berm and all sorts of other stuff. Definitely have some sights on your rifle. Do you need to have iron sights? That's up to you, but have some sort of means of aiming your rifle, be it a dot, an LPVO, or irons. Now, why do I need a white light on my gun? People are gonna say, because everyone's apparently got nods now. But you need a light. Positive identification of a target is important. I know there's people out there that don't like visible white light on their guns, and I know Navy SEALs and direct action units all over the place don't want white light NDs or anything like that, so they make changes to their rifle to facilitate that, including the use of vampire lights or laser aiming devices, all that good stuff. But for the regular Joe, you just need to PID your target. Don't shoot people you don't need to shoot. And for those FUDs out there who still love living in the 1980s with the whole mentality of if you have a light on your gun, you're pointing it at the thing that you may or may not want to shoot. I did a whole video on indirect lighting techniques, which completely relegates that argument to irrelevancy, but that's fine. You're gonna say and do what you're gonna say and do. I'd rather not shoot somebody who doesn't need to be shot, and the easiest thing to do is while you're already holding the rifle and are supported, just tap a pressure switch and you illuminate your target one way or another, be it direct or indirect.
That was easy.
But positive identification of a target is key, and it might also help you in other ways. Like if you're out hunting and you don't know the area and there's a lot of gorges or something like that, having a light is a resource. Still have your pocket light, and lights off your weapon system. But despite people's feelings, when you're aiming down sight or through your optic, nothing is more practical than just tapping a switch to see what's going on. Lastly, a sling. Now, some people will poo-poo slings, and you'll see some of my buddies when we're doing certain shooting take their sling off, and then when we're doing drills and things like that, they'll put their sling on. So I know the haters in the comments will start peeling through shooting footage and say, "There's no sling on that rifle," or something like that. It's because they took it off. Every one of the guys I shoot with has a sling, so calm down.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
The reason you need a sling is dropping your rifle is bad, losing your rifle is worse, and there's going to be times where you just need to let it hang. It also keeps the rifle oriented in a safe direction. You can secure it to your back and climb, you can put it in the front, do things with your hands, just cinch the sling down, or do that cool thing where you put it over your shoulder. They're also relatively inexpensive, especially for how much things cost. So for $100 or less, you can get a pretty good sling that's gonna last as long as the rifle does, so long as you take care of it and don't do dumb shit with it. I use Blue Force Gear slings. I know there's people out there that love and hate them. They're fine, they work for me. When I first came in the Navy, we had the really shitty Blackhawk 3-point slings, which were useless. And then as soon as the Blue Force Gear slings came out, we started using those and it was way better. So 2-point slings that are adjustable just work much better for me. Single point slings, if you hate your dick, you can just smack yourself there. I don't know why. Single point slings work for MP5s, but that's about it. So having a good sling from a reputable company is not expensive with the attachment hardware. I think this was $100. No, it's less because it was only one. I only have one. So shouldn't cost you too much. There's really no excuse not to get one. It gives you nothing but capabilities and doesn't take anything away. It might get in your way, I suppose, but if you're doing something where you don't need it, just take it off or unhook it so you can do what you need to do and then hook it back on. Not a big deal. In closing, these 3 items will give you nothing but performance increases and capability without taking anything away from you, which is good. There's very few things in this world that don't take something, and all this is going to take from you is money. And once you've had it for a while, you'll forget what you spent on it. So definitely be able to aim the rifle that you're using, have some sort of light on the weapon, and of course, a sling so that you can do all the things you need to do without becoming a liability, without tripping and falling and losing your rifle, without shooting something that doesn't need to be shot, or without throwing rounds all over the place. Thanks for watching. Take care out there. This video could have been an email.
You suck!